Hey, what it do, family? What it do, man? It's your boy King David KD checking in once again, man. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Hope everybody's well in this month of September of 2017. You dig what I'm saying? Hope all is well with the family. All is well on my end. You know what I'm saying? Nigga just busy, busy between work. The community, all the community stuff that I do, and then my own personal side hustles and business and whatnot. Brother been real busy, man, but you know what? The good thing is, my job, which what I've explained before and I'll explain again, I'm a security officer for a transit company. And so, me being a security officer, I come into a contact with a lot of people. So it gives me the chance to expand my boundaries. Like, I have my church, my community, my circle of friends. Okay, I got all that going. Those are wonderful avenues, but you can never have too many. So my job brings me in contact with a lot of interesting people. Some woke folk, some semi woke, some not woke. You know what I'm saying? A lot of little young Thundercats out there. But you know what I'm saying? It gives me a chance, a real good chance to kind of be around us in our fullness from a wide range of individuals. Intelligence levels, ages. I mean, pretty much the list goes on. And, man, it's just real good to chop it up with the brothers and sisters, man, dropping jewels and, what I'm saying, understanding what's going on out here, having some good conversation with some individuals. Uh, Man, hey, like for instance, you know what I'm saying, my nigga, the authorized agent. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. Fucks with him the long way. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, D. Man, I see you hustle out there, bro. Keep going. Know you got it. Seeing you. Know you gonna get. Know you gonna get what you need. Know you gonna get where you need to go, brother. I see it in you. And, individuals like that, man. Good folk. But anyways, man. So enough about that, you know what I'm saying? That's just a little, I guess, some little shit that's been going on with me. You dig what I'm saying? Brother ain't been on much, just the usual. But, you know what I'm saying? I finally finished reading Souls of Black Folk by W.E.B. Du Bois. That's a good book for anybody who has not checked it out. He gives a first-hand account of what's going on right after emancipation, which is the Reconstruction period in America. It's a very good book. Brother got some very heavy information. I'm pretty sure you can pick that up on Amazon for next to nothing all day, every day. Finished reading that. Now I'm reading two books now. One of them is Running Away from God. I finished book one. This is a new series by a good friend of mine, Sister Rebecca, Sister R. Quarles. Okay, y'all go check that out. That's on Amazon too. Running Away from God. The book is $20, and you get the first and second series of the Running Away from God for $20. Or you can go on Amazon. Get that Kindle joint for $7, but I'm telling you, this is some good stuff. I ain't just saying this just because it's my homegirl, but I bought two books. I bought one for me, and I gifted it to another individual, simply because I believe in her craft and, knowing this person for a while and having the chance to sit down and at least read book one, I can honestly say that the book is very good. Like, this is gonna be the new up and coming series. I can see it. I got an eye for things. This is gonna be the new up and coming, like, black fictional author series. So that's Running Away from God, Sister R. Quarles. Check that out. And I'm also reading Miseducation of the Negro by Dr. Carter G. Woodson. And as I'm ripping through this book, because it's a fairly easy read, all of the things that he's talking about as far as our miseducation in all of these areas, which causes a psychosis. And a psychosis is basically your mental ailment, you know what I'm saying, in a physical form. So it's just like we don't see value in ourselves. And the physical form you see that is, the black on black crime. And I see it, and just some of the things that individuals wear that I see, like I see a lot of cats, man, young brothers, and it'd be some like middle-aged brothers out here too, be at these transit centers, dressed to the nines in the latest fashions. Your Gucci, your Louis, your Balmain, your Polos. And these motherfuckers out here hustling these transit centers, and they ain't making no money. Well, somebody making some money, but most of these cats ain't making no money. And then when you dress like that and you up here 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day, like hanging out, like it's a gang of y'all niggas over there, like if all y'all selling weed, can't everybody get the weed sales and eat pretty decently? So I know ain't everybody eating like that. But then you see these individuals and you like, damn, this is the same stuff that Dr. Woodson was talking about, man. I see it. It's sad. It's really sad, family. I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, I see this, and I'm like, damn. This shit is crazy. Like, when you once know, and then I don't know it all, but, our ancestors left us information for us to read in order for us to better understand what's going on. That's why I'm reading The Miseducation, and The Destruction of the Black Civilization is probably after that. But then I see these brothers arguing over fashion, over whose outfit costs more. And both these bum niggas is at this transit center all day, not getting no money. Like, not doing nothing. Like, if you can afford that type of lifestyle, to where you can afford all of these nice fine clothes, these Italian designers and whatnot, do what you do. I would prefer you support black business more, because there are a lot of black companies out here that make some like crazy dope fashion designs out here. One of them is Marshall's Designs. That's where I get all my dashikis from, Marshall's Designs. Another one is a band of shoes. I got them shoes from down there. They crazy. You know what I'm saying? There's companies like RBGTs. But, anyways, getting back to what I was talking about here. I see these brothers arguing over whose outfit costs more, and neither one of these niggas got 2 cents to rub together. And I'm like, man. And I told the homie D, brother Seals, I was just like, man, the miseducation is real. The miseducation is real. Like, it's just crazy, man, to see these things going on. And a lot of these brothers be like close to the 40 mark. But even still, what in your psyche, or I should say, what in our psyche, causes us to want to do something like that? Like, be broke, but be fashionably rich. Like, you look good on the outside, but on the inside, like, you got your final notice from the Cleed and they finna come cut your shit off type of deal. And I'm not opposed to hustling, although I would rather these little niggas go elsewhere to hustle. But if they gonna be up there, at least it gives individuals like myself a chance to kind of drop a few gems on them here and there. Just try to be like a big brother. Like look, man, I ain't finna tell you what to do, why, but hey, let me offer you another option for what you got going on right here. You know what I'm saying? Let me drop a few gems on you, bruh. And then, once you kind of build up a relationship with these people, like, you're like y'all on decent terms. I mean, they doing what they doing, and obviously I'm security, so ultimately if something goes down, then I have to look out for the best interest of the company and not them. But overall, just helping these individuals just try to see a little bit of light. Just shed a little bit of light on that intellectual thicket to try to help us. Because I don't feel enough of us are passing out this information. Like, don't get me wrong, you can't force nobody to wake up. You can't force anybody to do anything that they don't want to do, once they get to a certain stage in life. But at the same time, you have to be respectful enough towards them that they're respectful towards you. Because what I find is, although there is this sort of mentality that has been cursed upon us, for the last hundreds of years, although there is this mentality, a lot of these young cats in the streets are actually very good individuals. They good kids. A lot of them just need a steer or a push or just maybe a nudge in another direction. If you really get a chance to see these cats, you'll be like, man, you bright. What the fuck is you doing out here, bruh? You smart, man. I should think about going to school. Okay, what you think about going to school for? Well. Okay. So what's stopping you from going to school? Like, that's important. That's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Instead of all the negativity, because I understand that we're dealing with this as an entire community. It's not just the young folk, it's the old folk, it's the middle-aged folk, Generation X, millennials, baby boomers. It's all of us. We've all been affected by the miseducation in the systematic, in the system of white supremacy. We all have, so let's not turn our noses up to these individuals just because they are ignorant of who they are and what their true purpose is. Because just like the sun and the moon rise every day you rise, you have an opportunity to change. Each moment that you have on this earth, you have an opportunity to change. You don't have to stay where you are. That's the beauty about it. You have free will. So you can choose to do the right things or you can choose to do the wrong things. And sometimes it's a nature versus nurture type of situation. Nature's got a lot to do with it. Nature's got a lot to do with it, and nurture does as well. So if you take those and flip them into a positive instead of the negative of what they used to, then that's when you could break through, because the revolution is in the hands of the young. Always has been, always will be. Old men are for counsel, young men are for war. That's an African proverb. Like, it starts with our young people. I get it. It's sad, don't get me wrong, it's sad that these individuals are the way they are, but with a little guidance, with a little help, these cats could actually be our future leaders of the black community. So, there's that. And also, I see a lot of sisters glorifying Marilyn Monroe in their wardrobe. Like, I can't tell you how many of our sisters I see with some sort of Marilyn Monroe memorabilia, whether it be a shirt, a purse, some earrings, something. And I'd be like, wow. Don't get me wrong, like, just not a bashing session of Marilyn Monroe. She was who she was, and she had access to some very influential figures. So, she is who she is. We're not really here to talk about Marilyn Monroe. I'm just saying, like, I see so many African women uplifting the image of this pale, blonde-haired white woman. I see more sisters wearing Marilyn Monroe memorabilia than I do white women. Like, I feel that the majority of the women in the black community have two idols. Well, three, but more or less two. Which would be Marilyn Monroe and Beyonce. Like, that's who all they aspire to be. Be like, or sometimes Michelle Obama, but these hoes out here ain't trying to be like Michelle Obama, because Michelle Obama was thorough, very, very thorough, is thorough in and of herself. She had a whole life and career outside of Barack Obama. Like, I don't see these females aspiring to do what Michelle Obama did. Like, they just want to be the first lady on some shit. Like, you don't know that Michelle Obama was out here, like, running companies and making decisions, making power moves. So that's why when people say, like, oh, well, they look up to Michelle Obama, like, well, obviously you must not, because you're not following in her lead. You know? You can go back to the 4 African Queen lecture. I did a whole segment on Michelle Obama. She's dope. She's a very dope sister. You know what I'm saying? But still, how come, well, I know how come, but I'm just saying, how come Y'all sisters, our sisters, can't wear more Afrocentric faces on their clothing. Like, there are so many great African American women throughout history. You could pick any of them from Africa all the way to America. You could pick any black woman in history to glorify because there's so many amazing women of African descent, like queens and mathematicians and astronauts, just doctors, lawyers, like you name it. It's crazy. But they uplifting the white girl. And it hurts my heart to see our people like this, man. That's why it's important to wake folk up. Man, we gotta wake our brothers and sisters up out here, man. But with that being said, everybody don't want it. Everybody don't want it. Some people like soft showing and buck dancing. Some people like being ignorant, and that's cool because those are the people who you just not gonna build with. I could be cool with you to a certain level, but you not really on what I'm on. I mean, that's the whole thing behind the nation betrayed lecture. You know, that's what Jesus was talking about. If you're not what I'm on, you can get from around me because we got work to do. And it's important work. That's the whole, that's the whole crux of it right there. Like, you can only build with those who want to build with you. For those who don't want to do nothing, who not trying to start no enterprise, no company, who not trying to, shoot for more African American, African independence from the dominant society, then you should just move on. I know people don't want to hear that because you think you can save everybody, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. This type of stuff ain't for everybody. Everybody don't want it, and that's cool because the more people you bring along, the more chances of failure you have. That's why a lot of these military groups will have a team of like 5 or 6 people. And it'll just be like those 5 or 6 guys, they'll be like their own team. And then they will infiltrate houses or buildings based off of like that team, that small team. Boom. Just like that. I'm not saying you can't kick it with them. You ain't got to be an asshole. Again, those people might just change. It happens. Like my homeboys say all the time, change comes from within. So, I know that I personally cannot give upon our brothers and sisters. I see the way we act. I know why we act the way we act. Now it's up to me to just shed some light. Just shed some light on what they got going on the intellectual thicket. Just plant a seed. And if they want to let their seed grow, all they got to do is just chop down their canopy. Because believe me, if somebody really want it, it will sprout like crazy. Like, for instance, my homie Marvin. Homie Marvin said he was interested in the black liberation theology. You know, he interested in buying black, blah blah blah. Based off of the conversations that I've had with him, and based off of the stuff that he sees me wear, so had a chance for the brother to come over to my house, chopped it up for a spell. When you come up into my crib, the first thing you're going to see when you walk into the living room is the RBG flag hanging over my couch. So when you come into my house, you know what I stand for. If you didn't already know. Because I don't just let anybody into my base of operations. But if you don't know now, you going to know soon. I say, he was like, oh, damn, that's dope. I'm like, bro, you don't know nothing about that, man. I sure don't. Gave the brother Hidden Colors 1, Malcolm X, and the selected speeches and writings of Marcus Garvey. Gave him some homework. If you want it, I can help you, but I'm not going to do it for you, so got brother some homework. Brother started tearing into that Garvey book. Blew his mind. He like calling me, man, I'm reading this book, blah, 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 Marcus Garvey. Man, he talking about the same stuff that's going on now. He like, bro, it's crazy. And I thought I was woke before, but he like, man, I'm really woke now. Going off. I'm like, well, yeah, bro, Garvey will do that to you. And I haven't even read that book yet. Well, yeah, Garvey will do that to you. You know, he was a real one. Now we got another one. Just off of that. You know what I mean? He wasn't no young Thundercat, but he's still a young man. To be 21, that's a young man. I'm 30. So as the big homie, it's my responsibility to teach the young man and kind of help guide him in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Help this young brother make some positive moves so that he can better his life and the life of the people around him. Put him in a position to win. That's why I like working my job. I put people in a position to win. It's based off of little conversations and stuff you had with people, networking, passing out business cards, talking to different people, different backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? But when you be dropping them jewels, you put a nigga in a position to win. You gonna plant that seed. And slowly but surely, if you shed a little light on that seed, it's gonna grow. And when that seed of consciousness, of your consciousness, starts to grow, and you keep nurturing it, it will flourish. I promise you. And that's my message today, people. So, you can hit me up on Instagram. D Overweight Lover. It's DOVRWEIGHT LVR. You can hit me on Google Plus. Thanks for listening. Feel free to check out any of my other videos on my channel. Got another lecture coming up towards the end of the month, so I will be posting that. That will probably be like link only. There's some circumstances and situations going on right now that I cannot explain, but I do want to get it out there for the people to hear. And I mean, again, it'll be pretty similar to what I did with the story of Jesus. I will be taking the Bible that everybody says cannot be used to teach black liberation theology, just like I did with the story of Jesus. Whatever story I pick to use in the Bible, I'm going to pick that out, and I'm going to correlate that with some of our history, and that's going to be the lesson. So, I could do it with anything. I could choose any subject to do that very same thing around. It's just because my platform, my home platform is my church. That's where I do all of my lectures at. So, kind of get a understanding of where I'm coming from. So that's like home base. That's where I do all of my lectures out of, and and whatnot. So, forgot where I was going with all this. But anyway, I gotta get out of here, y'all. Peace.